Hi everyone, I'm Don Saucier. I'll be your instructor for general psychology this semester. Hopefully you met me in the other video. If you haven't, you should go watch that. You'll find out why it is that I'm talking to you now. And what I wanted to do is to talk to you about the course and what our expectations are and what you're going to be doing. So we're going to go over the syllabus, and as I go through, I'm going to point out some things to kind of keep note of. I'm also going to give some recommendations I think that will help you do better in the class. So I'm going to show you the syllabus and we're going to talk it through. Okay. So right up here, this class is called General Psychology, Psych 110 in our course catalog, and this is section B. There's a lot of sections of this course. This is fall 2020, and we're teaching this online via Canvas. Canvas is our learning management system. Sometimes you'll see the term LMS as an acronym for that, and that's the web portal by which we're going to put all of these materials so that you can asynchronously, which means at your convenience, go through the course. So we're going to talk about how that setup is. First of all, you can see my name here. You can see my email address here. This is my office phone number. Many of us right now are not working in our offices. We're working at home due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So you can try to call me there, but I'd actually recommend you use my email. It's probably the best way to get in touch with me. If you happen to be in Bluemont Hall, my office is 468. I'm probably not going to be there, though, since lots of us are working remotely. Student hours is sometimes a term that we refer to as office hours. I don't like the term office hours because it's vague, because it doesn't really tell you that these are time for you. So these are time that me and also my graduate teaching assistant are going to have for you to help promote your success in this course. So these are student hours to show that they're for you. And hours are going to be every Tuesday from 1:15 to 2:15. And these are what I'm calling the highlights and cues with Don sessions. What this means is over that hour, I'm going to start out by telling you the things that I think you should pay particular attention to for that week. Maybe it's going to be the stuff that I think is going to be difficult. Maybe the stuff that's going to be most important. I'm going to give you some strategies for keeping some things straight. But it's also an opportunity for you to ask questions about the material as you're going through. If you can't make those times, you don't want to make those times, you have questions that come out of other times, appointments are available at your request. We will probably do those appointments remotely over Zoom. The Zoom link, and Zoom is the way that we talk to each other right now in the pandemic, as you probably are aware. But if not, you click on that link and it'll take you into the room at 1:15 on that Tuesday so we can chat. Our teaching assistant is a first-year graduate student under my direction in social psychology named Noah Rankin. You can see his email. And same kind of thing, email is probably the best way to get in touch with Noah. You can see his phone number. You can see his office, although like me, he probably won't be in it that often. And you can see that his student hours are Mondays from 1 to 2 p.m., as well as Wednesdays from 3 to 4 p.m. And if those times don't work for you or something comes up at another time, you can also have an appointment with him. And you can see the Zoom links to get to Noah during his office hours remotely. So that's how you want to get in touch with us. And I'll point out here, one of my first recommendations for success in this class is if you have a question, you should ask it. You are paying for this education, and we are committed to providing it to you. So if there's anything that we can do to help you in that that's reasonable, we want to do that. So please reach out to us if you do have concerns or questions. The content, and this is from the catalog, and it's not the best description of a course you've ever seen. An introductory survey of the general content areas of psychology, including methods, data, and principles. That's kind of vague, and when we get to the specific learning objectives, it'll make a little bit more sense about what we mean by that. The textbook is actually free. So if you're kind of wondering, how do I purchase the textbook for this class? You don't. This is uploaded for you on Canvas. There's a link that you can click, and this is free to you under a Creative Commons license, which means you can do anything you want with this. You can post it on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever if you want. I'm not sure why you would, but you can use this. This is free. Now, I will point out that this textbook is longer than you might think because it's not a traditional textbook that's all pretty with small font. It looks more like a Word document or an Acrobat Adobe document, a PDF, kind of like I have up here. So it's longer than it appears. I'm sorry, it seems longer than it actually is. So I would recommend that you kind of give yourself some time to acclimate to that textbook and realize there is nowhere near as many words on a page in this textbook as a traditional textbook that you might work from. And the textbook that we could have used, which is state of the art of the field, is about $250. And I didn't want you to pay $250. I think you have enough other things that are a drain on your financial resources right now. So the textbook is free. Video lectures, because we're going to be doing this class asynchronously. And asynchronously means not at the same time. So we're going to be putting up lecture content. I'm going to do my best to make that information clear. We're going to have the highlights and question section so that I can clarify it further. But I'm going to expect you to watch those on your own. So what happens is each week, We will post the content by 9 a.m. And over the week, I would recommend that you view that content and learn the material. If you want to take notes, you can take notes, however works best for you. Do understand, though, that the lecture content and the textbook content is going to be overlapping, but not completely the same. I believe that you can read. Therefore, me reading a textbook to you over a video isn't going to do any of us any favors. So what I would recommend is that you spend more time in the videos than you do necessarily with the textbook if you had to pick one. And when we get to exams, I'll talk about exams in a little bit, we're going to take a lot more items from the lecture content than we are from the textbook content. And when I say a lot more, we're talking an 80%, 20% split. 80% of the items on exams are going to come from the lecture content provided in those videos. The other 20% are going to come from the textbook about stuff that we haven't talked about in those videos. So second recommendation for doing well in this course is watch the videos. And if you have questions about the videos, going back to my first point, ask questions about the videos. So what's going to happen is we're going to satisfy, we think, these learning objectives this semester. This is the plan. So first of all, we're going to describe the application of the scientific method to the study of human behavior. Psychology is a science, and I'm going to tell you why very early in the semester. We're going to recognize the types of human issues and problems that psychology can address and how our science might address these. We're going to demonstrate a basic understanding of fundamental psychological concepts, including the biological bases of behavior, a lot of the brain going on there, sensory perception, learning, memory, consciousness, motivation, emotion, personality, abnormal behavior, and the social basis of behavior. So we've got a lot of ground to cover. We're also going to analyze psychological phenomena from multiple perspectives using psychological concepts listed in the previous outcome. And throughout the course, we're going to describe the complex interaction of nature and nurture and the genesis of human behavior. So you're going to do a lot of things. And one of the things that I love about general psychology is every day is interesting. Every day we're going to talk about something fascinating that someone used their entire career to discover. And I'm going to try to bring my interest about all of that information to every single conversation that we have. General psychology at K-State and at many other universities across the world have a research participation requirement. Now, I typically don't have requirements, as you'll see, I have opportunities, but this is the one requirement that we have. And what will happen is we will provide a lot of resources for you on the Canvas page about what that requirement entails. In short, over the course of the semester, you're expected to earn 7 research credits. If you earn those 7 research credits, that's great. If you don't earn those 7 research credits, it is not possible to pass the class with a grade higher than a D. So if you have a D or an F, you'll get your grade. But if you have a grade of an A, B, or C, you'll get an incomplete until you satisfy that requirement. And there's a lot more detail, like I said, about this in the research materials that we have posted on Canvas. This is something that I'll give you some summaries about and some guidance about as the semester progresses. Right now, don't worry about it, except to know that over the course of the semester, if you want to pass with a good grade, you're going to earn some research credits. As I just mentioned, I don't like requirements because it's all about choice. You can choose to do things or you can choose not to do things. And when we make choices to do things, and we do them because we see them as an important choice and a valuable choice for us to make, we do them better. We enjoy them more. And if we're talking about learning, we learn it better. So you're going to have opportunities to earn points over the course of the semester. And right now you don't have any points. Right now you have 0. So we're going to provide a bunch of opportunities to help you get where you would like to be. And these are just overviews of the ways that you're going to earn points. Over the course of the semester, we're going to give you more specific information about each of these assignments. First of all, over the course of the semester, there's going to be 4 exams. And these exams are roughly spaced, so there can be about 4 weeks of content for each of the exams. And that includes the final exam. Each exam will consist of 2 components. One, we will open up a Canvas window for you to take your exam in for 40 multiple choice questions. You'll have a 24-hour period in which to take that exam, but once you access the exam, you only have 75 minutes. So you want to make sure you're going to have a block of time where you're going to be uninterrupted that you can work on that exam. That's the first part. The second part is you're going to write 2 exam questions. I'm going to tell you a lot more about that as the exam gets closer, but you're going to write 2 of your own questions. You're going to answer those questions or not. We'll give you a lot more information as we get closer. Each of those exams is worth 120 points for the multiple choice section and an additional 50 points for the exam Q's by you section, for a total of 170 points for each exam. Those 4 exams total are 680 points, and that is 68% of your course grade. The second opportunity you have to earn points are through activities. Each week, you're going to have an activity that you can complete. These will be non-evaluative. It's typically a question that I'll ask you or something that I ask you to make a decision about. You're going to tell me what your answer to that question is or what your decision is. You're going to provide some brief justification for that. That'll get you 10 points a pop. Over the course of the semester, you'll have 15 of those opportunities, so you get another 150 points or 15% of your course grade. You also have a couple of other assignments. You have a study guide assignment where you're going to make your own study guide. A lot of students ask me, do you give me a study guide? No, but you get to make your own. And we'll talk to you about that as it gets closer. There's also an evaluation of the textbook that we're going to ask you to do later in the semester, worth 50 points. And over the course of the semester, there'll be 5 brief surveys where each of those will get you 10 points for a total of 50 points. If you add all of that up, there's the opportunity to earn 1,000 points in this class. 68% coming from exams, 15% coming from those activities, 70% coming from the study guide assignment. 7% coming from the study guide assignment, 5% from the textbook evaluation assignment, and 5% coming from the class surveys. If you earn 900 of those points, as you can see in our grading scheme, 900 of those points get you an A, 800 get you a B, 700 a C, 600 a D, under 600 you get an F. We don't round. So 800, 900, and 99.99 points is a B. So one of the things I would recommend is get as many easy points as you can. It's going to be easy to do those surveys. It's going to be easy to do those activities. It's going to be easy to do the textbook evaluation. Study guide might take a little more work, and the exams might take some work and some knowledge demonstration. But get all of the easy points. That would be my next recommendation. There are a lot of easy points in this class. I highly recommend you get them all. So now I'm going to spend a couple minutes talking about our course policies. The first course policy is something that I've been doing since the pandemic began, is I've added an empathy addendum to this syllabus. And what that means is that during COVID-19, things are different than they were before. And you don't need me to tell you that. You've seen how things are different. And this is very real for us. And as I say in this thing, frankly, it sucks. There's a lot of things that sucks. I'd much rather be telling you this message face-to-face. I'd much rather be in a classroom with you. And I don't get to be. So we're teaching differently than we were. You're learning differently than you were. We want you to stay connected. If you are having difficulty in my class, if you're having trouble with the content, if you're having trouble with the assignments, if you're having trouble with a deadline, please reach out to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm committed, and I said this in my welcome video, I'm committed to your learning and to your success. I will do what I can to reasonably accommodate what you can do so that we can get you through this together. So please reach out to me. I want you to feel that you can do that, and I'm going to help you in any reasonable way that I can. The next course policy is we respect diversity in this class. It is our intention to create an inclusive learning environment that supports all students. All students belong, all students deserve to be respected and valued, and all students get to be in my class at K-State. So please understand that this is something that we are committed to. If you have a disability, a learning disability requires some accommodations, the Student Access Center information is provided here. I highly recommend that you go talk to them if you have any of these situations, and then I will work with you in any way that I can to accommodate whatever that is you need. The next is cheating. Don't cheat. Just don't cheat. It's embarrassing for everybody. It's not a good situation. We'll be very clear in what our expectations are for different assignments. For instance, the exams, they're open book, open note. You still only have a little bit of time to complete them. So I would definitely recommend studying. And those exams aren't necessarily going to be easy, but you're not allowed to work together. So we'll make those things kind of clear, but we will let you know what is fair and what is not fair, what is allowed, what is not allowed. Please use your honor and your integrity and abide by those decisions. Next has to do with missed exams and assignments. If you missed something, if you didn't show up for something, if you didn't sign into the exam during that window, missed the opportunity to take it, you didn't get an assignment in, the only way that you're automatically guaranteed a makeup or guaranteed an extension is if I gave your permission before you missed. So if you know something's going to come up, you know you've got an issue that day, you know you've got another event that's conflicting with this, please let me know and we'll do what we can to work with you. After the fact, it's up to my discretion. So it's not automatic anymore. But I am a reasonable person. So going back to that empathy addendum, anything that you're having trouble with, please let me know about and we'll see what we can do to help you. Next, we will be posting the notes. We'll be posting videos. We'll be posting PowerPoint notes, but they're copywritten. That means you can't sell them to each other. So we're making them available to you. Please respect the copyright on this, that you don't sell them to someone else. Classroom conduct basically means that if you disrupt the learning environment, you may be asked to leave the class. In this situation, that means if you're disrupting the learning environment on Zoom because we don't have a physical class, we may ask you to leave that Zoom meeting. So please just abide by the governing principles of respect for your fellow students and for the instructional people like me and my graduate teaching assistant. The next is important, and this is a statement on mental health. And I want to spend just a minute on this. Your mental health and good relations are vital to your overall well-being. And I'm a social psychologist. Psychologists tend to understand this, so I want to make sure that you understand that I understand this. Symptoms of mental health issues may include things like excessive sadness or worry, thoughts of death or self-harm, inability to concentrate, lack of motivation, or substance use. Although problems can occur anytime for anyone, you should pay extra attention for mental health if you are feeling academic or financial stress, discrimination, or have experienced a traumatic event such as the loss of a friend or family member, sexual assault, or other physical or emotional abuse. If you are struggling with these issues, do not wait to seek assistance. And at K-State, you're entitled to assistance for these. And what I've done is I've provided a lot of resources here for you to reach out. So university counseling services, they will provide free and confidential services to assist you meet those challenges. You have a certain number of sessions that you can go to for free. And then after that is a small fee. It is much less than you would get with a therapist off campus, for instance. The Fee and Health Center has people to help you out. The Office of Student Life can help you out with academic issues. The K-State Family Center is available. The Care Center, the Center for Advocacy, Response, and Education is available for people who have been victimized by violence. If you need any issues or concerns addressed by these resources, please reach out. There's a summary of some of the key policies in case you weren't paying attention. I'll let you read those on your own. But what I want to do is I want to talk to you a little bit about how our course is going to be structured. So first of all, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, the video lectures are going to be posted by Canvas by 9 a.m. on the Monday to start the week. The weekly activities are going to be due as uploads to Canvas by midnight on the Sunday at the close of that week. What we basically have is 4 clumps of information. So weeks 1 through 4, we'll be talking about what psychology is and research methods, brain and behavior, and development. And it'll cover chapters 1 through 4 in your online textbook. So you have the lecture material from me, you'll have the textbook, and then after that 4th week, you'll have your first exam. It will open on Friday, September 11th at 8 a.m. and close on Sunday, September 13th at midnight. And I mentioned earlier there was 24-hour access, and I forgot we give you a lot more time than that to do this. So we're trying to be as accommodating as we can with our schedule here. So you'll have a 75-minute window once you enter that exam, which actually have a 3-day period in which to take it. The second block are sensation perception, sleep, drugs, and addiction, learning, and memory. And you can see chapters 5 through 8 happening here. And then that second exam will open up in that window, and you can see the dates and times. One of the things to understand is that my exams are not cumulative. What that means is that exam 1 will cover weeks 1 through 4. Exam 2 will cover weeks 5 through 8, but not retest you on the stuff in weeks 1 through 4. So you're learning each section, you're being assessed in each section, you're demonstrating your learning in each section, and then we move to a new session. It's my hope that you'll remember that information for the rest of your life, but I also know it's realistic. So we're going to be as fair as we can about testing only those section content. You can see the 3rd section is weeks 9 through 12, and you see the 4th exam, the final exam, covers weeks 13 through 16. It's important that you understand that that final exam is also not cumulative, so it only covers that 4th set of material. I will also point out at K-State that we will not be coming back to campus after Thanksgiving break. So we'll be online the whole time. But your other classes, even if they're face-to-face, will also move to remote and online modalities after Thanksgiving break. So you should be aware of that. A couple of due dates to kind of make you aware of. First of all, the study guide assignment. Roughly half of you, those who have last names that begin with the letters A through K, will be doing a study guide assignment for the 2nd exam. Those of you with last names through L through Z will do a study guide assignment for the 3rd exam. The textbook evaluation assignment is due by midnight on the last Friday of the semester, December 4th, or at least the real semester before finals week starts. And the research participation requirement is going to be completed at 5 p.m. by 5 p.m. on that same Friday. One thing I did forget to tell you is that up here, that final exam is only going to be open from Tuesday to Thursday, which is a slightly different 3-day window than we had during the real semester because our final exam schedule is a little bit different. So what we have there is the syllabus, the structure, the overview of what this course is going to be about, what general psychology is going to mean for us operationally this semester. It is my hope and dream that you are going to love this class and you're going to commit in this class and that you're going to achieve really well in this class. It is also my hope and dream that if you have questions, you're going to reach out to me so that I can help. I really want you to have a great experience in this class because I think this is the greatest class ever. I think that we have amazing content to share with you. And I think we've set up a syllabus. I think we set up a structure that makes it realistic for you to succeed. So please let us know if you have questions. And I really look forward to working with you this semester. Take care.